and welcome to Dateline on Delta TV. I am Esther Oputa. President Bola Tinubu has secured an overwhelming victory over his sole challenger, Stanley Osifo, in the All Progressives Congress presidential primary as party structures across the country delivered endorsement for his second-term bid. The president, who is expected to fly the APC flag in the 2027 general election, swept across words and states in a process dominated by endorsements from party organs, governors, and grassroots delegates. Reports say that the exercise conducted across 8,809 words nationwide effectively turned into an affirmation of President Tinubu APC organs, including the National Executive Committee, the National Working Committee, Progressive Governors Forum, and the state structures had earlier endorsed President Tinubu. The party proceeded with a direct primary to formally ratify its candidate. As the ruling party consolidated around President Tinubu, the opposition African Democratic Congress is still battling internal divisions over its presidential tickets. The ADC had initially pushed for a consensus arrangement, but disagreement among key aspirant former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, ex-Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi, and businessman Muhammad Hayatuddin have completed efforts to present a united front. The party is expected to hold its presidential primary tomorrow. President Bola Tinubu has described the just concluded APC primaries across the country as a reflection of internal democracy and grassroots participation within the ruling party. Speaking after voting at his ward Ikoyi Obalande ward L2 in Lagos, President Tinubu said the exercise was peacefully conducted and was transparent, well organized, commending party members for their orderly conduct. He was received by the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, alongside other top government officials and party chieftains. The president, who voted alongside the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, also praised APC governors and party officials for ensuring a credible process across the country. He reaffirmed his administration's commitment to democratic governance, political stability, and policies aimed at improving the welfare of Nigerians. The All Progressives Congress APC presidential primaries were on Saturday peacefully conducted in Sapele local government area of Delta State, with party faithful turning out in large number to participate in the exercise. Our correspondent who monitored the primaries at Ward 4, 6, and 8 reported that the exercise was orderly and hitch-free. Members of the All Progressives Congress APC across the various wards in Sapele local government area trooped out in large numbers on Saturday to participate in the presidential primaries of the party. After the accreditation process, party members queued orderly as returning officers counted and documented accredited voters. Speaking to newsmen, some party leaders, including the ambassador of the Renewed Hope Agenda for Sapele local government area, Chief Benson Okorodudu, the Senior Special Assistant SSA to Governor Sheriff Oborowori on political matters, Honorable Basi Fregene, Chairman of APC Ward 8, Honorable Lucky Benitie, Coordinator of the City Boy Movement in Sapele local government area, Honorable Lisa Solomon, and the APC Assistant Youth Leader in Sapele local government area, Honorable Eloho Ajejawe, described the primaries in their various words as an affirmation of support for President Bola Tinubu. They noted that the massive turnout of party faithful in the direct primaries demonstrated the overwhelming support and confidence reposed in President Tinubu ahead of his second-term bid. Thousands of All Progressives Congress members in Bomadi local government area on Saturday participated in the party's presidential primary election held across the 10 wards of the council. At Ogbainama, Ward 6, APC leader in Bomadi, Senator James Manager, alongside Mr. Newworld Safora, were seen on the queue after accreditation. Speaking to reporters, Safora said the massive turnout was to appreciate President Bola Tinubu for what he described as the even distribution of dividends of democracy across the country. The exercise was also peaceful at Akubene Ward 7, 8 and 9, where APC members cast their votes for President Tinubu. Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs Prince Kelly Penawo and others described the process as rancor-free. In Bomadi Ward 1 and Bakiama Ward 2, party faithful also participated in the primaries. Bomadi Council Chairman Honorable Dagidi Andaye said Bakiama remained fully APC and thanked members for their participation. Bomadi Local Government APC Chairman Mr. Perez Selekaibo and the former Commissioner David Ekerekosu confirmed that they voted for President Tinubu. A similar turnout was recorded at Kalafiu Bene, Ekamta Bene, Ward 5 and Ograi Bene, Ward 4, where members came out in large numbers. Collation Officer and Chairman of the Delta State Local Government Service Commission, Deacon Joseph Oture, commended APC members for the massive turnout. On political matters, the All Progressives Congress APC presidential primary held across all the wards in Okwe local government area on Saturday peacefully and in line with the party's guidelines. The All Progressives Congress APC presidential primary between President Bola Tinubu and Mr. Stanley Osifo held in the 10 wards in Okwe local government area, with party members turning out en masse for the exercise. Our correspondent who monitored the primary in Okwe local government area reported that at Ward 3 in Oha, the returning officer for the presidential primary, Chief Francis Okan, said the primary held peacefully with a large turnout of party members. Chairman of Okwe local government, Okakuro Azaya Esiowa, who participated at Ward 3 Oha, commended the peaceful conduct of the election and orderliness of members. Some leaders of the party who spoke at Okwe Secretariat on their word, including APC Chairman of Okwe Local Government, Honorable David Agbamino, Chief James Ogoye, Mrs. Roslyn Ezewu, Mrs. Rose Ezewu, Lady Roslyn Amioku, attributed the large turnout of party members for the presidential primary to the wide acceptance of President Bola Tinubu and the good work of Governor Sheriff Oborowori, who is the Delta State returning officer for the election. Returning officer for the presidential primary, Deputy Chief of Staff, Government House, Asaba, Mr. Christopher Osakwe, hailed members of the party for their peaceful conduct and urged them to sustain it in the general elections. The APC presidential primary was observed by a representative of Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Mr. Emmanuel Agu, and security operatives. Still talking politics, massive number of stalwarts of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ughelli North local government area on Saturday affirmed the candidacy of President Bola Tinubu. Large crowd of members of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ward 2 and 6 filed out at Oteri to vote for President Bola Tinubu in the party's presidential primary for the 2027 elections. At Erueni, Ughelli Ward 8, huge number of APC faithful trooped out to vote for the presidential primary. At Abowe Udwere, Ughelli North 1 and 5 Ward in it was a show of strength and capacity as members of the APC, including the chairman of Ughelli North local government, Olorogujaro Egbo, exercised their voting rights. Speaking, the chairman of Ughelli North local government, Olorogujaro Egbo, Chief Morrison Olori, and Olorogun Fred Majamite hailed the peaceful conduct of the primaries across the council area. They noted that in the general election, Ughelli North will produce massive votes for the party. Also, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in Ughelli North, Honorable Festus Aga, said that the massive turnout of members of the party was a show of support of Ughelli North people for APC, particularly Governor Sheriff Oborowori. Away from political matters, Christians have been urged to preach the gospel with urgency, with a reminder that tomorrow is not guaranteed for anyone. The lead pastor of Spirit and Life Family Bible Church, Asaba, Pastor Onmoha Ebuka, gave the charge during a church service in Asaba. Gloria Tolo reports.
Speaking on the topic titled, Go Therefore, drawn from Matthew 28 verse 19, Pastor Onwoha said, Before Jesus Christ ascended into heaven, he commanded his disciples to go into the world and make disciples of all nations, stressing that the instruction remained relevant today.
Evangelism, where you are in your environment, where you are in your community, at your place of work, if you are a student, if you are a market woman, if you are a trader, in your social media, post about Jesus.
The cleric described life as a vapor that appeared for a short time and vanished away, urging believers to spread the gospel while there was still time. He also spoke on the reality of eternal judgment, warning that anyone who rejected the word of God would face judgment, while no one knows the day or hour of Christ's return.
But beyond your money, also be available to go. You can go to a watch, you can go to Zillow, you can go to Lab, you can go to Buzo, you can go to everywhere there. Everywhere around you, you can go. But where that you may not be able to go, support those who are going.
The cleric encouraged Christians to prioritize personal evangelism, pray for harvest workers, and support mission work for the growth of God's kingdom. The service featured praise and worship. Gloria Otolo reporting.
The federal government has been called upon to take urgent steps to tackle insecurity, banditry, and killings across the country. The call came